This needs to be spoken. For UPSC exam and their result, my heart bleeds for all those students who could not make into the final list. And my heart bleeds vigorously, especially for those for whom it was their last attempt. No matter what anyone says, the truth remains, and somebody needs to speak this thing out that UPSC exam is not about hard work alone. It's not about strategies, it is not about hard work, it is not about your planning, it is not about all those virtues, all these things that are in your control. This exam is a lot about luck also. So, no matter how much well prepared you are, your chances of success are very slim. And quite often, it is not in your control whether you get through this or not. The dominant perspective on these kind of discussions, the dominant narratives on UPSC, they usually come through two channels. One is the students who get selected, and the other is from coaching institute people. And both these two categories of people have vested interests. Those who are selected, why would they say something which nullifies or reduces the significance of their merit, their hard work? And the coaching institute people, they want to push this narrative. They want to project this idea that UPSC can be cracked if you follow some particular strategy and if you do hard work, if you take some good guidance from somewhere, so that it justifies their existence, so that they can sell their courses. Otherwise, why would anyone buy them? But the truth is that this whole exam and this process is very chaotic. And it is not just this exam which is chaotic, this life itself is very chaotic. I'm not here right now discussing how to improve this process. Maybe there are, yes, I have some suggestions, but no matter what you do, this exam would inherently remain chaotic and something which is not entirely in your control. So I would give you this comparison. Compare this exam with like the way how you're driving on a highway. Suppose you're traveling on a highway, you're driving a car or riding a bike and so on, motorcycle or something like that. Now, to increase your safety, you can do some several things. You can wear safety belt, you can wear helmets, you can have airbags in your car and so on. You can drive within speed limits and so on. Whatever you do to increase your chances of survival, no one can ever guarantee that you would survive. What if some tanker out 100 feet away or 50 feet away explodes? What if the person behind you just rushes his truck over you? Likewise in UPSC also. Hard work, yes, it does play a role, and hard work and good strategy and good guidance and doing practice and being consistent and all these good virtues, they play a role. They increase your chances of success. Yes, they do. But no amount of hard work, I repeat, no amount of hard work and no amount of good strategy can guarantee your success, because there are factors which are not under your control. You have no say on them and you do not know, you don't even know that those things exist. What if there are some, for example, the evaluation process? This exam, as we know, there are several papers, 7 papers that you have to write. It's highly subjective paper. What if the person who was evaluating your answer sheets just before looking and peeping inside your copy had a view of some other answer sheet, and what if those answers were the best? What if that day that evaluator was not in in a good mood? What if he was pessimistic or pissed off over something? You don't have control over them. No amount of gradation or anything else can actually do justice to this. This process is subjective. And right now, I'm not even talking about the luck which revolves around which questions come and the sources of those questions, how much you have prepared for some topics and how much you might have ignored some other topics, and what is the possibility that from where those topics are rooted. I'm assuming that you have done as good preparations as any other candidate can, but still, there is an element of luck involved. I might sound pessimist to you today. In fact, I myself teach students how to write, and I myself provide them guidance, especially for essays. I provide them guidance. Even a person like me, and if I say that I'm the best as far as essay writing is concerned, coaching for essay writing is concerned, I can increase your possibilities, but I cannot guarantee it because, as I said, some amount of luck, and I would rather say a huge amount of luck, would prevail and could act as a veto over your success. I gave you this that example of highway. Now there is a slight difference also. In highway, for example, there's a highway, people are traveling over it, 100 vehicles are passing over it every hour or every day, thousands of vehicles are passing. Some of them would meet an accident, maybe 0.5%, maybe 0.05% or 1%, whatever. Some fraction of the vehicles passing over there would meet an accident. But an overwhelming majority would be successful in surviving, 99% or 99.5% and so on. In UPSC, it's the other way out. It's completely opposite that 99.5% people would fail and only 0.5% or even less than that would be successful. So this elimination process, and as I said, you don't know from where bad luck or uh, or something like that it strikes you. You can never be prepared for them, no matter what you do. Why I'm discussing these things is I'm not just here to say that okay, be hopeful, and I'm not here to say that life does not end and these kind of things. I'm not going to say to you because I think you already know. What you need to understand is that this exam and this process, just like life, is chaotic and there's an element of absurdity in it. We humans do not have control over them. Yes, no one wants to, no one wants that good things uh, run away from them. No one wants bad things to happen to them. We all try our best, and we should try our best to ensure that our life, in our life, we achieve all those things which we want. I'm not denying here the importance of action. I'm not denying here the importance and significance of karma. Karma karo. But do understand that those nothing in this world can guarantee that you will get those things. And why I'm telling you this thing? Because of two reasons, two important deductions I'm drawing from here, two important things that I want. So the kind of student that or people or guardians who enter into this process, when they enter this process, they need to be told this thing clear and straightforward manner that your chances of success are very less and they will not be in your control. So coaching institutes who are spreading these lies to attract maximum clients or customers for their business, they won't do this thing. I know. They would say, okay, if you work hard, if you follow a particular strategy, you will be successful and we will help you in that process. Coaching institutes, they would push this fake narratives because it is in their vested interest that no one talks about this element of luck or absurdity. So someone needs to bring this thing up so that the decision of those parents and their children is well informed and they have realistic expectations from this process. The second thing is for those who fail in this exam, for those who are outgoing, who are about to quit this process because their attempts have exhausted or maybe because of some other reasons. So they need to reduce their guilt. They need to unload that burden that you are carrying. Your failure in this exam is not just because of you. Yes, it is possible. Yes, that you may not have, you might not have invested the best of efforts. There is a possibility, but I still believe that there is a large number of students who really put in their best efforts and still they fail. In case if you are one amongst them, so you need to be told, you need to tell yourself that you are not guilty for them. Unload that burden. Life has lots of opportunities for you. It would have, and yes, failures may come in future also. I'm not creating a rosy picture that world outside this UPSC would be beautiful, would be fantastic. It may be, it may not be. Chances are less that it would be. So the pessimism which is around us, especially in this UPSC exam process and in our life, let us accept it. That yes, there is pessimism, And now we will do the best what we can, and we would be open to failures. When failures occur, okay, we will cry for them for a while, but we will not be overwhelmed with failures. We should not be overwhelmed with failures. Be positive, keep trying in life. If you have more attempts for UPSC, and if your finances and if your family setup and if your social settings and all those your personal factors, if they allow you, then you can try for them. And if you have exhausted your attempts, then look forward what else you can do in life, and lots of opportunities would be there. Be positive. The fault was not yours. Remember this thing, it was not completely your fault. You tried, you learned, you invested your efforts, you became a better version of yourself. Yes, all these things are true, and you should congratulate yourself for these things. So with this, these were some of my thoughts I thought to share. Everybody is talking about uh, their successful candidates. Yes, I would also be, in a few days, I might also be sharing with you names of some students who have been successful, whom I taught or who consulted, especially related to essay or maybe ethics from me. I would share their names, but I do admit that um, that for every two or three, for every two successful people, in my case, there are three people or four people who are unsuccessful. So we need to take into consideration the feelings and the future and the well-being of those who are not so fortunate, who are not so much favored by destiny at this point of time in UPSC. So this was all from me at this point of time. I want to discuss more, but maybe I will come up with a more separate video. Thank you. And in case if you feel that these kind of thoughts, someone needs to hear them, then forward and share this video with them. Thank you.